Hello everyone! Today I'm gonna tell you the story of a tiny and brave girl named Thumbelina. Once upon a time, there lived a kind but lonely woman. She had a lovely garden full of colorful flowers that she treated like her own child. Every morning, she smiled and said, "Good morning, my little flowers. You make my day so bright." But deep inside, she wished for something more. She sighed and whispered, "If only I had a real child, even one as tiny as my thumb, I think I would be happy." One day, the woman met a fairy in the nearby forest. The fairy was wise and kind. The woman said, "Dear fairy, I wish I had a real child, even one as tiny as my thumb." The fairy smiled and gave her a magical berry seed. "Plant the seed, my dear, and wait for the magic to happen." The woman planted it with care. She watered it every day, and she whispered her dream to it every night. One morning, poof, a flower bloomed, shining and bright like a gem. When it opened, guess what she saw inside? A tiny girl, no bigger than her thumb. "Oh my god, you're so cute. I'll call you Thumbelina." Thumbelina and the woman became best friends. They laughed, sang, and took care of the garden together. Thumbelina loved helping the smallest bugs and insects because she was small too. Everything was perfect until one night, while Thumbelina was sleeping in her walnut shell bed, a big and ugly toad jumped through the window. "Rabbit, she would make a perfect wife for my son." The toads took Thumbelina without waking her up and hopped away to the swamp. When Thumbelina woke up, she cried, "Where am I? I want to go home." Luckily, a few kind of fish and butterfly heard her crying and decided to help Thumbelina. They worked together to free Thumbelina from the toad's plan, and she thanked her new friends and floated away, hoping to find her home again. Time passed, and winter came. Everything turned white and cold. Thumbelina was freezing and shivering in the snow. Then a kind field mouse found her and said, "Oh, poor child, come and stay with me for the winter." Thumbelina was grateful. She helped clean and sing for the mouse. One day, the mouse introduced her to her its friend, Mr. Mo. Mr. Mo lived underground, and Mr. Mo loved with Thumbelina's beautiful singing voice. "Good afternoon, Miss Thumbelina. Your voice is beautiful. Will you marry me?" Thumbelina smiled politely because she didn't want to hurt his feelings, but she also didn't want to live underground forever away from the sun and flowers. One day, Thumbelina found an injured swallow. She cared for it every day until it was strong again. When spring came, the swallow said, "You saved my life. Now let me take you to a beautiful land." Thumbelina climbed onto Swallow's back, and together they flew high into the sky. Finally, they reached a beautiful land filled with flowers and tiny people just like her. It was like Flower Kingdom, and there Thumbelina met the prince, who said, "Welcome, dear Thumbelina. You are brave and kind. Will you marry me?" Thumbelina's eyes sparkled as she said, "Oh my gosh! Yes, I will!" The Flowers Kingdom celebrated with music, flowers, and laughter, and from that day on, Thumbelina found her happiness. From the girl who once felt lonely and lost, she became a queen because she never gave up and always stayed kind. Thumbelina lived happily ever after in the Flower Kingdom, and she was finally home. So, my friends, that was the story of a tiny girl who never gave up and finally found her happiness. Remember this: even if you're small, your heart can still be big, and your kindness can make the world beautiful. You can make difference with them. Thank you for the watching and listening. I'm Dimas Samsul Ma'arif, and that was story of Thumbelina.